Your game theory NBA draft prospects of the week. Branded now. We're just going branded.
What?
NBA draft prospects
okay.
from the game.
I thought you had a new like presenting sponsor that I was going to have to publicize something.
If someone wants to do a presenting sponsor of the Game Theory NBA Draft Prospects of the Week, we are open. We're available. Please come at us. Pennie, NBA Draft Prospects of the Week. The Game Theory NBA Draft Prospects of the Week.
I'm going a little bit off the beaten path because not necessarily a prospect for here and now, but I saw enough this week. They're at BC. I'm on Blake Wesley from Notre Dame, 6'5" freshman, averaging nearly 13 a game, shooting 46% from the field, 40% from three. Local kid who went to high school in South Bend and goes up the road to Notre Dame. Had 21 his opening night, and then he had 24 points against Illinois. He was just added to the starting lineup. And he's playing a little bit outside of his normal role as he's handled the ball more and initiated the offense. I generally like him more off the ball, kind of as a shooter and able to get his without having to start and worry about setting the offense. He's in the 93rd percentile in synergy for all shots off the dribble, drives with either hand. He takes on contact pretty well, and it's a heavy load as a freshman. I think sometimes we underestimate how much it is for a freshman who hasn't necessarily played big-time basketball, thrown into a starting lineup in the ACC and saying, you're our guy. Go figure out. There's not a ton of other offensive weapons around him. And like we said, for players like Patrick Baldwin Jr., it's a great developmental situation for him to improve and round out his skill set. I like him a lot. I like the shot, even though it looks a little bit funky. His shoulders twist, but it's a quick-ish release. I love him as a sophomore. Caught my eye. Just excited to see more.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I mean, he is 100% on the radar of NBA scouts. Like, as a potential one and done that they want to see more of this year. Like they're making stops to Notre Dame to see Blake Wesley because he's really emerged. Like that Illinois game was an eye opener for people. He went in, he attacked the rim, he finished at the basket, made a couple of threes. It was a very, very impressive prospect showing in the Illinois game. I think he had like 23 points on like 9 of 11 shooting. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a really impressive game. Okay, my NBA draft prospect of the week is Taran Armstrong.
Oh, yes, it is.
Our king, Taran Armstrong from Cal Baptist, hailing from Tasmania here in Australia. I mean, we're at the point now where like, I feel like I was probably, I don't know if I was the first person to tweet about him, but I had to be up there. Like you
were up there. That was one of those late night texts that I wake up to, and my wife's like, "Who's that?" It's like, it's Jake from State Farm. It's Sam from Game Theory. What are you saying? I got to watch Cal Baptist in the morning. Taran Armstrong. All right, go to bed.
He's just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, my phone's on silent. That was just a bit. But you were on early. I think it was early in the year. I know he like opened the year with a triple double, but you were on there early.
Oh no, it was legit like San Jose State. It was the fourth game.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's a fucking pro. Like full stop. Okay, so Taran Armstrong last night against North Dakota had 11 points, 15 assists, 8 rebounds versus only 2 turnovers. Went 4 of 12 from the field. He had 2 dunks. Like, I am worried about the scoring. I will preface everything here by what I say. I'm afraid by the scoring. Mm-hmm. He's the best passer in college basketball. He is, and I don't even think it's close. Like, I think it is undeniable that he is the best live dribble passer in college basketball right now. The reads he makes out of pick and roll, the reads he makes in transition, the cross corner skips, like the absolute unbelievable touch on lob passes, everything. Like you can try and like pick holes in it. The passing is absolutely exceptional. It is Josh Giddey level. Honestly, like maybe better. He's not as athletic as Josh was. He's not as athletic as Josh Giddey was. And I think he's going to struggle to get into those little creases in a way that Josh doesn't have as many problems with. Josh is also 6'9" versus Taran Armstrong, who is a 6'5" point guard. Mm-hmm. But in terms of like pure live dribble passing ability, Taran Armstrong's fucking unbelievable.
That's going to be the name of the YouTube clip. He is. It's kind of like when he goes out there and the way he controls the point of attack. That's what stands out. It's the misdirections.
Yep.
It's a different look every touch. He's a tough assignment because you don't know what he's going to do. Like some of his spins, ball fakes, releases are so unorthodox. You don't even know like where you're supposed to cut him off.
Yep.
Like it might come off one place and it's like dunker spot. The next play is like he looks that way and kicks it out to the corner. So
right, he adjusts. Like
yeah.
he processes the game and the way defenders play him so well. He is constantly looking at the help side defender. Like I don't think he even looks at the point of attack defender, to be honest. No. Like he's just like, I'm 6'5". I'm going to keep him on my hip and I'm going to be fine. Yeah, I'm going to wait for that help defender to make a read and go.
He's a step ahead. Even a lot of coaches will rally against jump passes, jumping in the air and then passing. He jumps. He's like already processed before he takes off, and like the pass is there. The knock I will say is, despite all this stuff, I do want him to pull back like the extra jewel moves just like a little bit. He can get excited and throw a few extras in there, and then when he slows it down and the guy goes back door, he can still perfectly place that bounce pass. It's just finding that balance between the crazy assists and just actually like making the sound offensive pass read reversal. But I like him. He's a fun watch, and it's more than people are going to point to that Texas game and box score watch a little bit and say he had 7 turnovers. 7 turnovers weren't like that bad. Like
no, watch the game. 3 of them, like 3 of them were actually like bad calls by the official, or like he got hit for a turnover because like a ball hit his offensive player like directly in the hands. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you go back and you track them. I tracked like 9 potential assists versus 4 like real turnovers in that game. Like he didn't score well and didn't shoot well. And look, there are concerns. Like they play Arizona later this month. I legitimately would imagine that like scouts teams will send a lot of scouts to that.
Oh, there'll be a lot.
Because it's the last chance the teams have to see him play like a super high major team unless they make the NCAA tournament. So I think he's really fucking good. I think he's like, if this Arizona game goes well and he shows that he can shoot and can score, we're going to start to hear a first round conversation on Taran Armstrong.
Got to shoot though. What is he right now? I don't have pulled up. It's like 30% from 3, something like that. You got to keep the defense.
Yeah. 29% from 3.
Yeah.
I've talked to Taran. He told me that like he feels very comfortable shooting off the catch right now. Mm-hmm. It's the pull-up stuff that I think he's still working through right now. I'm a fan. I don't have him as a 2021 prospect. I see him more as a 2022, or I'm sorry, as a 2022. I see him more as a 2023 prospect.
Yeah.
While he improves, adds some strength, and then improves his ability as a pull-up jump shooter. But man, I don't know.
That's the hometown pick. Australia changed you. That's part of it.
I mean, the guy's leading the country in assists as a freshman. Like, isn't that big of a hometown pick?
You guys have one Hogwarts campus there, and all of a sudden you got every guy that comes out of there, you got to say he's the next wizard.
I mean, hey, man.
It's on brand. I was waiting for you to spin around and have Armstrong in the back of your shirt, homemade jersey.
Drinking coffee out of a Ravenclaw cup. We're ready to go, baby.